Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Okay, so today is Saturday. It is 17th of January, and it is Madhava Masa or Magha Masa, Krishna Paksham, Chaturdashi Tithi. Okay, but there are no events, Vaishnava events in the calendar, so we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Gadbodhaka Sai Vishnu is appreciating Brahma's prayers and his penance, and also mentioning that, O Brahma, you are able to glorify me and perform these penances, everything by my mercy only. Yaccha Kadhangam Mat Stotram Mat Kata Abhyudayankitam. And Brahma also glorified the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu in different ways. That is Mat Kata Abhyudayankitam. Yadvat tapasite nishta. And all the tapasya and nishta, that determination, that drudhavrata, everything is by the mercy of the Lord. Sayesha mad anugrahaha. Sayesha mad anugrahaha. Likewise, Lord is appreciating Brahma. Yajja kadhangam astotram mat kata abhyudayankitam. Yadvata pisite nishta sayesha mad anugrahaha. After saying that, today Lord is saying, O Brahma, I am very pleased with your glorification. And let all the planetary people in all planets, so let they glorify your activities, how you are glorifying me. Likewise, Lord is mentioning to Brahma. And also here, Brahma, when he is glorifying, uh, he has mentioned different qualities of the Lord. And in order to address that, Lord says, you have glorified me in such a way that they're all transcendental. They're all transcendental qualities. Uh, and no tinge of any material qualities. Likewise, Lord is mentioning to Brahma, let all the people of the world, they will glorify your activities because how you engage in the devotional service unto me. Likewise, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu saying to Brahma, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 9, verse number 39. प्रीतोऽहमस्तु भद्रन्ते लोकानां विजयेच्छया यदसौषिः गुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन् प्रीतोऽहमस्तु भद्रन्ते प्रीतोऽहं प्रीतः I am very pleased, O Brahma. Pritoham aham myself astu bhadramte, and let it be all benediction. Bhadramte, all auspiciousness, all benedictions unto you. Pritoham astu bhadramte, lokanam vijayechaya, lokanam of the planets, vijaya for the glorification, ichaya by your desire. By your desire. Pritoham astu bhadramte, lokanam vijayechaya. And yad astausihi gunamayam. So that which astaushihi. So you have prayed for astaushihi gunamayam, and describing all transcendental qualities gunamayam. Krishna has got 64 qualities. Those qualities in full, they're all transcendental qualities. Whereas the three material modes of nature, these are applying on the living entities. Living entities are entangled here by goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay, but the Lord's qualities are all transcendental above the material nature. There are Gunamayam. Nirgunam Manuvarnayan. So Nirgunam is all I'm free from material qualities. Ma Anuvarnayan. And you have described nicely about me. Likewise, Lord is mentioning to Brahma. प्रीतोहमस्तु भद्रन्ते लोकानां विजयेच्छय यद् असौ अदौ यद् अस्तौषीः गुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्. Translation. I'm very much pleased by your description of me in terms of my transcendental qualities, which appear mundane to the mundaners. I grant you all benedictions in your desire to glorify all the planets by your activities. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so can I request if Gaurangi Mataji is there to read? And meanwhile, can I request Sanchita Mataji to get another device? We could not hear even a single word. Your glory, Mataji was saying it is very, very low. It is the time for change the device.
Okay, Prabhu, I'm trying right now to connect from my laptop. So,
Thank you, Mataji.
could you hear me?
It's very low, Mataji.
Okay.
Okay, so Gaurangi Mataji, are you available to read the purport, Mataji? If not, Prabhavati Sachi Mataji are available to read purport. Jai Mataji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you. Yeah. A pure devotee of the Lord, like Brahma, and those in his line of disciplic succession, always desire that the Lord be known all over the universe by each and every one of the living entities. That desire of the devotee is always blessed by the Lord. The impersonalist sometimes prays for the mercy of the personality of Godhead Narayan as the embodiment of material goodness. But such prayers do not satisfy the Lord because he is not thereby glorified in terms of his actual transcendental qualities. The pure devotees of the Lord are always most dear to him, although he is always kind and merciful to all living entities. Here, the word Gunamayam is significant because it indicates the Lord's possessing transcendental qualities. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here, generally, when for example, in a home, the father has got all opulences. So father, he earns money, he establishes the home and all the premises, he has got everything. And if the children comes to the father, so this house is very nice, and the premises are very nice, and we have got all facilities. They're all very nice, and they're appreciating all those things, whatever father has created and what has come from the father. But and also they say, Father, you are very good. Father, you are very good. Okay, of course, the father is always good, but in what dimension father is good? Father, you have mercifully, you have arranged these things, and how good you are. If they glorify in such a way the father, describing the father's qualities, Father, you did this way, and then addressing to the father, then Lord will be very pleased in such a way. Here, Prabhupada is describing a pure devotee of the Lord, like Lord Brahma, and those in the line of disciplic succession always desire that the Lord be known all over the universe by each and every one of the living entities. So at the moment, all the living entities are children of the Krishna. At the moment, they are in Kadati Kuritimam Vidho, they forgot about the relationship with the Lord. And forgetting, and then they are engaging themselves in the material activities, sense gratificatory things, fulfilling their desires and going through so much of pains and pleasures. In order to free them, what the devotees will do, they will go and then awaken them. Sanjiveti Akilasakti Daraha Swadhamna. Yo antah pravishyati mama vachim imam prasuptam. Sanjiveti Akilasakti Daraha Swadhamna. And then awakening the Lord from their heart. So like Dhruv Maharaj says, my dear Lord, you have yo antarhrudi, yo antaha pravishyati mama vachim imam prasuptam. You entered into me and awakening the words so that I can glorify you. Sanjivayati akila sikti daraha swadhamna. You are enlivening all my senses. Sanjivayati. Likewise, the devotees also go and awakening jiva jago, jiva jago. Likewise. That is they're all Parivrajakacharyas. They wander around the world to awaken the living entities from the dormant condition. Why they have been still engaging, though they are saying all these things are happening in this material world, Janma Mrityu Jaravati, but they're all dormant for themselves. They're witnessing Tesham Pramatto Nidhanam. Pasyannapi na pasyati. They see everything, but they do not see it for themselves that on one day it will come to you. Many devotees are saying that. And the other day on Thursday, Nisha Mataji was mentioning, in front of me, one one family came to the swimming pool. And Mataji, their child, and Mataji is holding the child, and father is in the water pool. He drowned into the water pool and then dead. And giving that child to the baby, mother gave the child to Adarma Nisha Mataji, and then she was running after. And later on, there were paramedics came, and then so they have taken to the hospital. And then later on, everything is gone. So this happens in front of our eyes. Everything happens. This is Tesham Pramatva Nidhanam. Pasyanapi na pasyati. We see, but we do not see it for ourselves. And one day it will come to you. And the other day, I have seen one of the person. He is very healthy, good, and all perfect, so handsome. And in a moment, when he is going in a scooter, and some of the car come and they simply touched some part of it, fall on the floor, and then left his body. And then so one day, just one day before, there are so many good memories, and the other day, body turned into ashes. This is Pasyanapi na pasyati. Though we are seeing everything is happening, we do not see for ourselves. In order to awaken them such kind of conditioned souls. But here we do not see what they have done, so many punyas, they might be devotees, or we do not know all those things. But these are happening in front of everyone, day to day. We are seeing so many things, innumerable things. Every day, thousands of people are dying. Millions of people are leaving their bodies, either by force, by the nature, or by somewhere or other. We are seeing here so many things are happening. In order to awaken before they leave the body, unnecessarily, uselessly dying, devotees of the Lord wander. Janasya Krishnaabhimukasya Devat Adharmasilasya Sudikkitasya Anugrahe Charanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Janardhanasya. Before you leave body, utilize some moments for the sake of the Lord. This is the desire of a pure devotee. Let them glorify. At least they will be Traiti Mahto Bhayat. They will be protected from the fear of going down into the hellish condition of life. For that purpose, devotees of the Lord, they always try to spread the holy names of the Lord all over the universe. And so that at least they will come to the Lord, at least in the next birth. So the desire of the devotee is always blessed by the Lord. Always blessed by the Lord. Sayesha Madanagraha. And the impersonalist sometimes prays for the mercy of the personality of Godhead Narayana as the embodiment of material goodness. But such prayers do, so this is material goodness, embodiment of material goodness. But actually, Lord is transcendental. But such Vishuddha Sattvam. But such prayers do not satisfy the Lord because He is not thereby glorified in terms of the actual transcendental qualities. So this is one point. Lord is transcendent, like Lord Brahma is mentioning. Jnatosi medya suchiradana deha bhajam na jnayate bhagavato gatirijyavajyam nanyat padasti bhagavannapi tanna shuddham maya gunavitikaraad yad vibhasi रूपं यद्येतद् अवबोधरसोदयेन शश्वन्निवृत्तः तमसः सदनुग्रहाय आदौ गृहीतमवतारशतैकबीजं यन्नाभिपद्मभवनदहमाविरासं नातः परं परमवेद्मि न यत् नातः परम यद्भवतः स्वरूपम् आनन्दमात्रम् अविकल्पम् अविद्धवच्चः पश्यामि विश्वं पश्यामि विश्वम् अविश्वमात्मन् भूतेन्द्रियात्मकमदस्तोपाश्रितोऽस्मि. These are all describing the transcendental qualities of the Lord, like Lord Brahma is glorifying. But Lord is beyond this. Vishuddha Sattvam, Sattvam Vishuddham, Vasudeva Siddhitam. When we are no more material qualities, when we situate ourselves on the transcendental platform, then we can see the Lord. Here, there, Satvechasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo, Hedokyo me namasa vidhiyate, Lord Shiva says, I offer my obeisances unto Vasudeva in that position. Satvecha tasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo, Hedokyo me namasa vidhiyate, vidhiyate. Lord will reveal to that devotee in that position when we transcend those material modes of nature, all material qualities. Lord is on that level. Okay, not just material goodness. But here, impersonalists, they glorified Narayana as some people they say Sri Krishna Paramatma says this, Sri Krishna Paramatma says that. They will say entire Bhagavad Gita, but they wanted to merge into the Brahma Jyoti. They will take only the portions what is needed. They do not put the desire of the Lord, what is in the Bhagavad Gita, what Lord wanted. They're saying the same thing, same Bhagavad Gita, but intentions are different. But here the pure devotees of the Lord are always most dear to him. Although he is always kind and merciful to all living entities, here the word Gunamayam is significant because it indicates the Lord's possessing transcendental qualities. Those 64 qualities we have been discussing as part of the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 22, where Krishna has got 64 qualities. Krishna has got 4 qualities more than Lord Narayana. Of course, Krishna's expansions, Narayana is not different, but in the form of Krishna, the features, they are additional. Okay, it indicates full of transcendental qualities. Okay, so that one, Lord Brahma is glorifying all of this. So this is here what we have got. Krishna is attractive flute and some of Krishna's exquisite beauty. And Krishna is surrounded by loving devotees, performer of wonderful activities. These are the qualities of Krishna. 64 qualities. They're all gunamayam, not nirgunam. Nirgunam, it is like a no more material qualities. That is, it mentions no more material qualities. Gunamayam is all, he has got all transcendental qualities. Sometimes many people will give different reasons to that nirgunam. Nirahamkritihi, Nirmama, Nidbandho, Pratyek Prashantadhidiraha, Prashanturmivodadihi, Nirgunam, and then Nidbandvaha. So this is, it always says there is no material qualities, no dualities, no such kind of things it will mention, but they apply to the material things. Wherever it is mentioning Gunamayam on top of it, it will become transcendental whenever it is applied to the Lord. It is yad adausihi gunamayam nirgunam manavarnayan. Okay, that is how Brahma is glorifying the Lord here. Okay, pritohamastu bhadrante lokanam vijayechaya. Yad astaushi gunamayam nirgunam manuvarnayan. Nirgunam manuvarnayan. Can I request all devotees kindly follow to recite this shloka line by line? Pritohamastu bhadram te
प्रीतोऽहमस्तु
प्रीतोऽहमस्तु
भद्रन्ते
भद्रन्ते
lokanam vijayechaya.
लोकानां
लोकानां
विजयेच्छया
विजये
Yad astaushi gunamayam
यदस्तौषि
अष्टौषि
गुणमयं
गुणमयम्
nirgunam manuvarnayan.
निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्
Varnayam.
Again. Pritohamastu bhadram te
प्रीतोऽहमस्तु
प्रीतोऽहम् अस्तु
भद्रन्ते
भद्रन्ते
lokanam vijayechaya.
Lokanam
विजयेच्छया
Vijayechaya.
Yad astaushi gunamayam
Yad
यदस्तौषि
Astaushi
गुणमयम्
Gunamayam.
nirgunam manuvarnayan.
Nirgunam
निर्गुणमानुवर्णयन्
Varnayam.
Pritohamastu bhadram te
प्रीतोऽहमस्तु भद्रन्ते
Astubhadrant
lokanam vijayechaya.
Lokanam
लोकानां
Vijayechaya.
विजयेच्छया
Yad astaushi gunamayam
Yat
यत्
Astaushi
असंशि
Gunamayam.
गुणमयं
nirgunam manuvarnayan.
Nirgunam
निर्गुणमानो
Manuvarnayam.
Manuvarnayan.
Manuvarnayam.
वर्णयम्
Very beautiful. Can I request devotees kindly take it turns to recite? Gargi Mataji, would you like to go?
ओके प्रभुजी हरे कृष्ण प्रीतो अहम् अस्तु भद्रं ते लोकानां विजयेच्छया यत् स्तौषिर्गुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन् हरे
Very nice.
कृष्ण
Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी प्रीतोऽहमस्तु भद्रं ते लोकानां विजयेच्छया यदस्तु श्रीगुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Asha
Guru.
Mataji, please.
Did you call me Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. प्रीतोऽहम् अस्तु प्रीतोऽहम् अस्तु भद्रं प्रीतोऽहम् अस्तु भद्रं ते लोहानां विजयेच्छया यत् अष्टौषीर्गुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Prito aham astu bhadram te lokanam vijayechaya yad asto sihi yad asto shir gunamayam nirgunam manuvarnayam. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. But you did very nice. You want to go once again?
Sorry, Prabhuji, that Prito, we should say aham or ham?
This is Pritoham.
Okay.
Pritaha plus aham. Pritoham.
Okay. Pritoham astu bhadram te lokanam vijayechaya yad asto shir gunamayam nirgunam manuvarnayan. Thank you. And that are asto shihi or asto shir?
Astaushihi.
Asto shihi. Okay.
Yeah, we can just take when little break is there. Yad astaushihi gunamayam. Or when we combine read Yad astaushir gunamayam.
Yad astoshir gunamayam nirgunam manuvarnayan. Thank you.
I can read this one. Yadasteshir Gunamayam, one word actually. But if we break that one, then we can take that visarga there to pronounce. Yad astoshihi Gunamayam.
Yad astoshihi gunamayam.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
When we read one single word, Yadasteshir Gunamayam, there
Yes.
are some terms.
When there is a break, we put the ha in.
Visarga, that is Visarga comes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Sanchita Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji, little bit better now.
Okay, yeah. प्रीतोऽहम् अस्तु भद्रं ते लोकानां विजयेच्छया यदस्तौ गुणर्मयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्. हरे कृष्ण.
Yad astoshir gunamayam
यदस्तौषिर्गुणमयं
nirgunamanavarnayan.
निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्.
You want to go once again, Mataji?
प्रीतोऽहम् अस्तु भद्रं ते लोकानां विजयेच्छया यदस्तौषिर्गुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्. हरे कृष्ण.
Very nice. Mataji, your voice is still low, Mataji.
Prabhu, I logged in from the laptop, so I don't know what's happening. Krishna just maybe wants me to listen, not speak more.
Okay, but thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Very nice. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. प्रीतोऽहमस्तु भद्रं ते लोकानां विजयेच्छया यदस्तौषिः गुणमयं निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन्.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. So likewise, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is appreciating Brahma. Pritohamastu Bhadrante Lokanam Vijayechaya Yad Asosir Gunamayam Nirgunam Manovarnayan. Prabhavati Mataji, would you like to read the translation as well?
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. I am very much pleased by your description of me in terms of my transcendental qualities, which appear mundane to the mundaners. I grant you all benedictions in your desire to glorify all the planets by your activities. Thank you, Prabhuji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Today letter to Bhagavan Das, February 16th, 1971, Gorakhpur. Okay, can you request Sanchita Mataji to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, somebody else can read if I'm not very
That's
audible.
fine, Mataji. We will hear Mataji. Yeah, please go on.
Okay. My dear Bhagwan Das, please accept my blessings. Can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated 21st January 1971 and have noted the contents carefully. I am so glad to hear that you are making a determined effort to increase the life membership program. The program has become so successful here in India, and I am sure that it will become even more successful in USA. So do it enthusiastically and with perseverance, and Krishna will help you. Also, your college program sounds very nice. Preaching in schools, colleges, and universities, along with distribution of our books and prasadam, will flourish the propaganda of our mission. It is good that you GBC members are meeting and conjointly discussing such things as life membership, book distribution, etc. The future hope of solid standing of our mission is on proper management of our governing body. Now we are increasing in volume. The area of our activity is expanding. Under the circumstances, if our management goes on nicely to maintain our prestige and good name, that will be our success. Such status quo can be maintained only on our being freed from any kind of sense gratifying attitude, because pure devotional service means anya abhilasita shunya, or without any other desire than to satisfy Krishna. You have written one note to Hamsaduta that you have received a very nice offset press and you are contemplating printing a daily newspaper. About this, I have already written to you in my last letter that to start a daily newspaper involves proficient staff to manage this affair as well as good source of regular news. So the governing body may consider these points and do the needful. But it is but if it is done, it will be a great achievement. So far as the 3 packages of slides sent here by you, so far we have not received them. Maybe they are lying somewhere because we are traveling from one place to another. So if you want to send duplicate copy, send to Bombay address given above, because I am reaching there by the 1st of March 1971. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Jai. Mataji, any takeaway points, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. So in this letter, Prabhupada is appreciating Bhagavan Das that for the efforts he's making to increase the life membership program. So I think this looks like in India. So um, because as we were discussing the other day, like in the Western country, when he started with the philosophy because they do not know anything about Krishna consciousness, so it was more about big book distribution. But in India, because people mostly they are Sanatani and they have some knowledge, so more than the preaching they think getting involved with the temple, because with life membership there are some perks which comes, like you can visit temples, you can stay for free and all that. So people were taking that opportunity and all. So and it felt like directly helping the temple. So because it was going well there, so he thought that in the second time, like second version of, like when the movement was established in the West first time, USA, then Europe, and then moving to India, like so. And then when India life membership was successful, then he thought that this should be doing well in America also. So in that way, that helps in a fund collection, because life membership they usually pay lump sum or monthly payment, so there's a pot of fund all the time coming, so that would help to expand the movement. So that was a very nice approach, like mm, thought by Srila Prabhupada, and so he was appreciating that in India it is successful, and he is expecting that in USA also it will be really great. And like he always appreciates the preaching program, especially with the youths, and like even younger, like schools, like teenagers and 7 or 8 plus children's, like they teaching in school, colleges and universities. So because when he had gone there, he had seen like how the hippies were, how, like their thoughts were all very confusing and all, though they surrendered and the movement started from there. But he thought now that he's there, it's better to because it's like making the foundation of the next generation. So school, colleges and universities students, if they get this knowledge, if preaching is done properly with them and books are given, prasadam is given, then it's help them nurture the Krishna consciousness values in them, and that will help to, it will increase the mass to make the propaganda of the movement. And the GBC members were discussing on all these topics, so he appreciated that. He's saying that everything at this moment, the movement seems to be going very nicely with the GBT discussing life member book distribution and all. But the caution or the caveat here is that we have to do everything nicely and maintain a prestige and good name. So with all these good things happening at that time, at some pockets there were some kind of like issues coming. So he said it's very important to maintain the good name. And how is that possible? Because the mission has expanded into all the 6 continents. So at this time, what was needed? It was needed that we serve like with anya abhilasita shunya, without any other desire other than to satisfy Krishna. So so this all starts with chanting. When we chant properly our rounds, then it cleanses our heart, the anarthas are gone, then we can connect with the soul, then soul connects with the super soul. It's like a science. And when we are able to connect directly with the super soul, because that is the desire of the soul, like the body and the mind are like contaminated with material desires, like to satisfy themselves, like and bhoga vritti, and so many things come in the mind. But once we like with pure chanting, like if we are able to do the anartha nivritti, and then the soul does not it's like mixing of the oil and the water, they are different densities, so they don't mix. So similarly, the soul doesn't mix with the matter at all. So what the matter is doing, it's is just like the prarabdha or something, it carries on doing it. So he's saying that if we are able to do it with the pure desire for only serving Krishna, so the soul only wants happiness, so the soul's desire is to like Sat Chit and Ananda. So if we have that desire to connect with the super souls and serve Krishna, then our movement will be in like the prestige and the good name will be maintained, and it will bring us success. So success was still coming, but there were at some pockets some disturbances. So he said that is the desire. I mean, without own desire, satisfying own self, if we serve Krishna, then that is possible. So that was a very important point. He's mentioning everybody, most of the disciples, he's saying this in a subtle way, so that problems don't come up and they understand that. And then he is giving also another like advice, good piece of advice, that though you are contemplating and opening a daily newspaper, but for that you need regular source of good news, like good source of regular news about ISKCON and all. So if you can manage, then that's fine. So Prabhupada here, he's giving a bit of freedom, because GBC is there, so he's not trying to impose anything. He's saying if the GBC decides that you have a regular source of news about ISKCON, then he doesn't mind that taking out a daily newspaper would be good. But if not, then weekly magazines or newsletters or Back to Godhead, he's fine with that also. So he's giving them that advice. And last is some, package is not received, so he's saying like if you could send some duplicate ones, because Prabhupada is traveling, so he said better to send it to the Bombay address, so he will receive when he reaches there. That's all, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully summarized. Thank you so much. Any other comments, devotees? Usha Mataji wanted to add any points? Thank you, Mataji. So that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So this is Anyabhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karma Adi Anavritam Anukulyena Krishna Anuselanam Bhaktiruttama. Anukulyena Krishna Anuselanam. According to the nature of devotional service, which is favorable to Krishna's devotional service. Okay, that is to satisfy Krishna. Anukulyena. Even though we may ask desires from benedictions from the Lord, but it is Krishna Anuselanam. But it must be conducive to the devotional service. In such a way, we need to ask benedictions. But without, if we do not mix Krishna, then that will become material. That is where many people make mistakes in asking these benedictions. पुनश्च भूयात् भगवत्यनन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गाश तदाश्रयेषु महस्तु यां उपयामि सृष्टिं मैत्रस्य सर्वत्र नमो द्विजेभ्यः. Parikshit Maharaj also asks such kind of benedictions. Like, I wanted to be always with the devotees who have got taken shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. And I wanted to have equal vision to all the living entities. Okay, and I wanted to have devotional service onto your lotus feet all the time. In such a way, one has to ask, keeping Krishna in the center. And then we may ask some benedictions, which is conducive to devotional service, favorable to satisfy Krishna. Okay, I want to preach in those universities. Oh, my dear Lord, please bless me. Okay, one kind of benediction. So your endeavors will be successful. Okay, any other comments? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. But here one is enthusiastic. One must be enthusiastic. Do it enthusiastically and with perseverance, and Krishna will help you. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got historical program, presentation by Chakrapani Prabhuji at 8 p.m. But our Sangha starts at 7 o'clock with some Mangalachan prayers the evening. And at 6:30 p.m. we have got a regular japa, evening japa session. And from the other fundraise perspective, so we are at 489 pounds funds raised so far. And Bury Place, so I think it is still going on, but yesterday it was the deadline. Not sure if it would be extended further. Maybe possibly, I do not think these fundraising programs will end with one particular date. It will be further extended. Still, goal is not yet received. So still it is there. Donation is still progressing. So we can also, once our fundraise is also completed, maybe we can put one particular date. Dear devotees, if you propose any one date, we can just put one date for the Bury Place as well. And then we can request devotees as well. Maybe in another 15 days or so that another Ekadasi will also come. Maybe we can keep 31st of January. I'm just thinking, or maybe another 4 weeks or so, 2 weeks or 4 weeks, so that giving enough time to devotees to contribute further for the Bury Place. So just contemplating on that one, just to keep a timelines for that project. Any comments?
Yes, Prabhuji, it seems fine. Also, we'll have to bear in mind the Zoom usually happens in February as well, like Mataji previously said. So
Yes, February 15th.
yes, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. So I'll keep that dates. So keeping that one as February 15th as well for the Bury Place project. Sanchita Mataji, do you think that would be appropriate, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, that should be all right.
15th of February. Maybe the projects, like whenever the projects come, we keep some end date and then we finish up the project. That would be more appropriate, I think, than monthly just lagging and waiting for the contributions every month, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Prabhu, to do it that way so that devotees also know where to put. Like when
Yeah,
um, for this bari place, there was some confusion and still have, because you know what might have happened. They some because the date. If it was yesterday, I don't have any updates. Many people, many devotees were saying they have received the fund, but it could have happened that they must have taken loans or something. But because to the owner of this place, they still need to give the fund. But of course, they are keeping, might be keep the deadline open, because if they have taken loan, then also, you know, if people, devotees keep donating, then that way also like 90% done, and then you just don't want to lose it for 10%. So from here and there, if they manage funds and just donate it, and then maybe keep it open so that devotees, if they keep donating, then they can of course be at level. So in that way, I think 1 month should be all right. And this is only the beginning to acquire the property. Then they would need later also to for renovations, and also if we put it as a 1 month date, that's good. Yeah, just to add that, Prabhu, I had donated yesterday there directly as you suggested. So maybe my contribution for, I mean, from the Sangha, you can redirect it to Historica for, I mean, uh, next project. Yeah, just wanted to mention.
okay, thank you, Mataji. Yes, I think in the website itself, I can see the names also. They have mentioned everything, all the donors' names. Thank you, Mataji. Maybe yes, if devotees and also devotees, if they have contributed directly to those projects separately, if they can mention to me, and then I will add up those things and also mention as contributions outside of our sanghas independently contributed. That will also we can, because it is everything at the end, it is going from the devotees' pocket only. Okay, and from our sangha. Yeah, we can also mention that one, how much we have contributed outside of this one directly to the project. That one also we can mention here as a separate headline, but that does not have any tracking, but we can mention. Okay. Any other comments, Deity? And also with regards to the that distribution of the message to different Sangha groups. Thank you, Jai Mataji, for sending to other groups as well, Madan Prabhuji group and other Bhaktivedanta Manar Sangha groups. And I have also sent to Manchester group and here our local communities and ISKCON Halifax group, ISKCON Maidenhead group. I have distributed as much as possible.
Yes, we have so many devotees and they're all part of other groups, so it would be nice. Though some, we have to bear in mind, some groups don't want any other messages apart from their own messages to go in their groups. So a couple of them have said no to me, but the other couple have said yes. So, yeah.
That's all right. Whatever we did from our endeavor, that is done. That's fine. Okay, that is from the updates point of view. If you are happy, then we shall move to next part. It is a Shri Brahma Samhita.
Prabhuji, sorry, Prabhuji, I'm so sorry about something. I just don't understand something. It's going back to because I know weekends we can ask questions, and it's about Brahmaji and the creations. My what I still don't understand is that when Brahmaji was creating all the souls,
Yeah, it's not souls, bodies to the souls.
bodies. Okay, so the souls are already there,
Yes,
and there is no, and with the souls as well. Sometimes my mind sometimes thinks, how many souls will there be in the whole this universe? It's like, would there be any increase in the number of souls at all, or it never increases and never decreases? It stays the same. Is that correct?
yes, the souls stays the same.
Yes. Okay.
If you take, Prabhupada says, even if you take just a simple urine that you pass, it will contain millions of souls within it, stool and urine. So likewise, Prabhupada was mentioning in the lectures, what to speak of our human body itself. We think that we are also like one kind of virata, and within our body, innumerable living entities, and gigantic form of the Lord, the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. How many innumerable new living entities would exist? It is unimaginable. Our body itself contains unimaginable living entities. What to speak of this? Again, the space and the universe and the Lord, and then Karnadaka Sai Vishnu, this entire cosmic manifestation. Everything is full of Brahma. Everything is full of Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. But some part of it, because there is a some cloudy part which is covered like material by material nature. That is where this living entities come and accept one particular body. Brahma there, he comes into the picture and he prepares bodies, 8.4 millions, 8.4 million different kinds of bodies. He take the ingredients of earth, water, fire, and then he creates those bodies. And living entities accept and try to enjoy. This is me, like that. They dance. But
the 8.4 million, that's just the species, yes? It's not the souls.
yes, it's not souls, it's species, different
Just
kinds
different
of
types of
bodies.
species, yes. Okay, thank you.
Different kinds of bodies. Yeah, again, this is yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu, just to add a bit to Mataji's question. So, I used to also have this question, like we see population increase. They say like it's like earlier it was so much so and now it's so. So how do this extra soul come? So, the different senior devotees, they say when you hear the lectures, they say that, we are only talking about one universe and one Brahma. So Lord has created multiple, like innumerable universes, and so innumerable Brahmas as well. So what happens is, based on their karma, so people move, even like the demigods who have certain span of time that like they say x number of years they can be at their position, Indra or anyone. So after that, based on the karma, they also move here and there from different universes. So that's why there's a shift in the numbers. So if you have more population here, that means like due to some karma, they are coming maybe from different planets or different universes to our planets. That's why the figure changes. So just to give you an idea.
Thank you. That's exactly why I was thinking, of the population increasing. And I was thinking, where are all these souls coming from? Why is there? Yeah, okay. Thank you. I understand now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So because living entities, the bodies, if you look at the Panchabhutas, the earth, the soil. So yesterday I was hearing one of the lecture. he was mentioning Lord Brahma once, he wanted to create. At that time, he went to ask Mother Earth and then asked for soil to create the toys. I wanted to create toys. She asked how much you would need. I am going to create 84 lakhs of toys and then uh, different kinds of toys. And then, but Mother Earth, she asked for one condition. So I have got as much as soil I want, but you have to return all this back to me. And this is how Brahma creates, and later on, those bodies, yes, automatically the living entity leaves. The body will again merge back into the Panchabhutas. When living entities, they do not need to accept these material ingredients if they do not have any desires. Then they are free. These are only imprisoned ones, only criminal souls, which wanted, who they wanted to gratify their senses, lord it over material nature. They only accept here and use some ingredients, and then they will leave that at the end. So in such a way, and moving of the living entities, for example, the Indra and all the demigods, those positions, there are the positions within this material world, but some of the eternal associates like the Varuna, Indra, Agni, they're all eternal associates of the Lord in the spiritual world, and they empower one of the living entity in this material world. For example, Indra is current Indra's position in this material world. It is occupied by the son of Aditi Mata. His name is Purandara. So he is occupying that position. And in the coming millennium, or Hanuman was also given benediction that he will become next Navama Brahma, another Brahma in his next life. He can occupy that post. And Bali Maharaj is also given benediction that he will become next Indra. He will occupy that one, and that is post in this material world. But there are personalities in the spiritual world. They are not post in the spiritual world. The personalities are there. They empower like Ganesha, Indra. They're all eternal associates of the Lord. But in this material world, these demigods, these are all posts, and a pious living entity will occupy that post. Those people in the spiritual world, they empower those living entities here in this material world. That is one thing just to highlight. And in terms of moving of living entities, as in the Krishna's pastimes, there are different Brahmas are also coming to see Krishna here. And our Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, belong to our universe. He was bewildered by looking so many other Brahmas. Okay, that pastime we can hear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, Prabhu. Yeah, as Prabhu mentioned, like the ones which are increasing here, these are the imprisoned ones. So, in the letter we read Anya Abhilashata Sunya. So it's those ones who are not Sunya. They keep on coming back again and again. So that's why from different places, and it's increasing. That's why. So we see that also, Mataji, like so much, like how many, if compared to the world population, how many people are only devotees. Most of them, they're keeping on cycle of birth and life increases, so it's happening all over. It's not only our universe, so that's why it's increasing. Yeah.
And I suppose we can think of it the way how in each and every country there is a movement of people every year. Many people, thousands are coming in and few thousands are going out. So probably it's like that as well with the souls, isn't it? From one universe to the other or something.
That is a kind of a limited thoughts, limitations to our thoughts and our mind, because we just calculate on the basis of humans, but that is not the true. Because, for example, a mouse it may looking at the cat, always fear of cat, and always thinking this cat when it will come. And then because it is thinking of cat, it will get a next cat level body. Cat is thinking of a dog, and then it will get a dog body later on. Dog may be thinking that if I become a human, and he will get a human body. So bodies are changing. That we do, if we acknowledge that one, there are innumerable. We can understand on that platform. But if we just only think of humans, one person died and he must be taking another birth, but we ignore other species of lives. A bomb, a insect, those we do not consider. We think our limitation is one person died, another person will just only on the human platforms only. Because of that limitations, there are so many other doubts keep on coming.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. I understand. Yes, yeah. It's everything. It's trees and plants and everything. It's not just the humans.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. So that is come Jivaha Sreshta hi Ajivanam Tataha Prana Brutaha Shubhe Tatasha Tataha Sachitta Pravaraha Tatasha Indriya Vrittayaha. Living entities, that there are three shlokas in the third canto. It is described by Kapil Bhagavan. Okay, so it is wanted to read this one shlokas, Mataji. Just only three, so then you would understand. जीवा हि श्रेष्ठः जीवा हि श्रेष्ठः अजीवानम् ततः प्राणभृतः शुभे ततः सचित्ता प्रवराः ततः इन्द्रियवृत्तयः. Maybe just read only the translation, Mother, the three shlokas.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Living entities are superior to inanimate objects, O blessed Mother, and among them, living entities who display life symptoms are better. Animals with developed consciousness are better than them, and better still are those who have developed sense perception. Among the living entities who have developed sense perception, those who have developed the sense of taste are better than those who have developed only the sense of touch. Better than them are those who have developed the sense of smell, and better still are those who have developed the sense of hearing. Better than those living entities who can perceive sound are those who can distinguish between one form and another. Better than them are those who have developed upper and lower sets of teeth, and better still are those who have many legs. Better than them are the quadrupeds, and better still are the human beings. Hare Krishna. Okay. Among human beings, the society which is divided according to quality and work is best. And in that society, the intelligent men who are designated as Brahmanas are best. Among the Brahmanas, one who has studied the Vedas is the best. And among the Brahmanas who have studied the Vedas, one who knows the actual purport of Veda is the best. Better than the Brahmana who knows the purpose of the Vedas is he who can dissipate all doubts, and better than him is one who strictly follows the Brahmanical principles. Better than him is one who is liberated from all material contamination. And better than him is a pure devotee who executes devotional service without expectation of reward. Yes, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
That is the topmost thing. That's why this is a conclusive translation, Mataji. Please read that translation.
Oh, sorry, beg your pardon. Therefore, I do not find a greater person than he who has no interest outside of mine, and who therefore engages and dedicates all his activities and all his life, everything unto me without cessation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Beautiful, very beautiful. So this is the hierarchy of the living entities, starting from life, differentiating from life and non-life. Jivaha Sreshta hi Ajivanam. starting from and then ending with the Napasyami param bhutam akattuhu samadarshanath. So this is Tasmat Maya Arpita Ashesha Kriya Adhatma Nirintaraha Maya Arpitatmanaha Pumso Maya Sanyasta Karmanaha Napasyami Param Bhutam Akattuhu Samadarshanath. There is no better person than the Supreme, than the pure devotee of the Lord. Okay, that is the topmost position of the living entities. So here coming to living entities. There is a one picture comes like where is that one? Gradual development of consciousness. I think there is one picture we would see a dog, a person he will take into human lives. Mother Nature, consciousness, nature arranges bodies. I think I don't get that exact picture. So the picture is what I wanted to say. The nature is giving different kinds of bodies like cats, dogs, and then coming to the cow, tiger, a cow, lion, and then a monkey. When the living entity coming their consciousness nearer to the human life, they will get the bodies like the cow, a lion, or a monkey, like that. Later on, they will get the human bodies. And again, in the human body, they will get an opportunity. They will get opportunity to elevate themselves. If they're not, but again, if they fall down, they will go down again into the Tiryak. They'll take birth again in the Tiryak.
And the consciousness, from which point will it start happening? Is it from animals or?
So there are consciousness is on the 5 levels. So Avrita, Mukulita, Vikasita, Avrita, Mukulita, Vyakulita, Vikasita, Purna Vikasita, 5 levels. Avrita, starting from living entities like the trees and all those stuff, non-moving things. Their consciousness is like a very tiny avrita, and then mukulita, and then moving things like small things like what is that statement I can just bring? Avrita, mukulita, vyakulita, vikasita, purna vikasita, 5 levels. Avrita, mukulita, vyakulita. So just bringing that one to consciousness. Purna vikasita is the completely 5 levels of consciousness covered from completely. This is described here. Mukulita Chetana. Avrita Chetana covered consciousness, trees, plants, creepers, mountains, and Sankuchita Chetana is contracted, shrunken consciousness, aquatics, birds and beasts. And then Mukulita Chetana, Buddhi consciousness, only human beings. Vikasit, this is Vikachita Chetana, blossoming consciousness, only human beings. Purna Vikachita Chetana, completely blossomed consciousness. Okay, so this word. Okay, second one is the Sankuchita, shrunken consciousness. Avrita Chetana, Sankucha Chetana, Mukulita Chetana, Vikachita Chetana, Purna Vikachita Chetana. Right.
Thank you. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions?
So Prabhu, from the third one, like Mukulita Chetana, Vikasita and Purna Vikasita, is it like because Mukulita is budding consciousness, so like is it children when they're babies, toddlers, they have like Mukulita is just developing, Vikasita is maybe like youths, and Purna Vikasita is like a grown up person, or is it like some in terms of devotees and non-devotees, something like that? What's the
It is not like a younger baby thing. Even the adults, but still they're trying to be favorable, coming inclined to Krishna consciousness, inclined but not yet. Or just like a karmic people, they follow the Varnashrama Dharma. And then in the Varnashrama Dharma, they will carry out in the Karma Kanda, but they do not come. But later on, when they understand things, later on it will be inclined, Vikachita, blossoming consciousness. And budding means just only it is in this level 29 in this chapter. It comes here in this verse where it starts the human beings. Tataha varna chatvaraha. This is starting from human beings. So previously it was mentioned better are still human beings after the living entities. And then from within the human beings, that is up to here, okay? Up to human beings. And then further within the human beings, further level increase of the consciousness. Among human beings, the society which is divided according to quality and work is the best. This is Varnashrama Dharma further. And then later on, this is without Varnashrama Dharma, this is with Varnashrama Dharma, this is pure devotional service.
yes, Prabhu, yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Any other questions? Okay, so shall we move to then Shri Brahma Samhita. Okay, so in the Brahma Samhita, we have been discussing this beautiful part again, which is again aligning to Brahma's creation. So now Brahma, he was instructed by the Divya Saraswati. So when he was contemplating what to do, then Divya Saraswati instructed him to glorify the Lord, something like that. And she also gave Kama Krishnaya Govindaya He Gopi Jana iti Ityapi Vallabhaya Priyavatne Mantram Te Dasiti Priyam. She gave the mantra to Brahma to meditate upon so that he can fulfill all his desires. So that mantra is described here. Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Jana Vallabhaya Swaha will assuredly fulfill your heart's desire. Likewise, the divine concept of Supreme Lord said thus to Brahma, who saw nothing but gloom in all directions. Okay, this one we have seen, and then tapastvam tapayete na tavasiddhir bhavishyati, and meditate, O Brahma, do thou practice spiritual association by means of this mantra, then all your desires will be fulfilled. So now in the previous slokas, and the third canto, chapter 9, Brahma was meditating and tapasya, and then he is absorbing in the meditating of the Lord. But on what basis he is meditating? The what mantra he is been chanting? So here we can just align this one, Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Jana Vallabhaya Swaha, as directed by Saraswati, the divine concept of Supreme Lord. So Brahma is chanting this particular mantra. Brahma Do thou practice spiritual association by means of this mantra, then all your desires will be fulfilled. That is that particular shloka. That point was covered in the last session. And then today, this beautiful shloka, one is the again very large shloka comes. Everything is one shloka only. So just going before to deep into just to understand, meditate and the meaning of the shloka as well. Can I request anyone to read the translation, please? And then we go to the recitation.
May I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Brahma being desires of satisfying Govinda, practiced the cultural acts for Krishna in Goloka. Lord of Svetavadvipa for a long time. His meditation ran thus. There exists a divine lotus of 1,000 petals, uh, augmented by millions of filaments in the transcendental land of Goloka. On its wall there exists a great divine throne on which is seated Sri Krishna, the form of eternal absence of transcendental bliss, playing on his divine flute, resonant with the divine sound with his lotus mouth. He is worshipped by his amorous milkmaids with their respective subjectives, portion and extensions, and also by his external energy, who stands outside, embodying all mundane qualities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this shloka, it gives when Brahma is meditating on that mantra, and at the same time, he practiced the cultural acts for Krishna in Goloka, Lord of Shvetadvipa, for a long time. His meditation ran thus. This is a very beautiful, the core of Brahma's penance and austerities. Okay, about describing the Goloka Vrindavan and Krishna there. Okay, so that shloka we are going to recite here. In the beginning, this kind of shloka, one shloka also came in the beginning about the describing the Goloka Vrindavan. Once again, we are going in here. It's a very long shloka, just to keeping wish to come. Okay, I think now everything is in one page. Okay, that shloka goes like this. अथ ते पेशसुचिरं प्रीणन् गोविन्दमव्ययम् श्वेतद्वीपपतिं कृष्णं गोलोकस्थं परात्परं प्रकृत्य रूपिण्या पर्युपासितं सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते भूमिचिन्तामणिः तत्र कन्निकारे महासने समासीनं चिदानन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनम् शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं वादयन्तं मुकाम्भुजे विलासिनी गणवृतं स्वैरं सैरुभिष्टुतम्. Okay, so that is the shloka. Once again, I recite it. Kindly catch up the words. अथ तेऽपि सचुचिरं प्रीणन् गोविन्दम् अव्ययम् श्वेतद्वीपपतिं कृष्णं गोलोकस्थं परात्परं प्रकृत्या रूपिण्या पर्युपासितं सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते भूमिचिन्तामणिः तत्र कर्णिकारे महासने समासीनं चिदानन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं वादयन्तं मुकाम्भुजे विलासिनी गणवृतं स्वैरं सैरुभिष्टुतम्. We can request devotees kindly recite line by line with me. अथ तेऽपि सचुचिरं
अथ तेऽपि
ससुचिरं
सुचिरं
प्रीणन् गोविन्दमव्ययम्
प्रीणन् गोविन्दम्
गोविन्दम्
अव्ययम्
अव्ययम्
श्वेतद्वीपपतिं कृष्णं
श्वेतदीपपतिं कृष्णम्
गोलोकस्थं परात्परं
गोलोकस्थं परात् परम्
प्रकृत्या गुणरूपिण्या
प्रकृत्या गुणरूपिण्या
रूपिण्या पर्युपासितं
रूपिण्या
रूपिण्या परिकंसितम्
पर्युपासितम्
सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने
सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने
सकश्चतनसम्पन्ने
कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते
कोटिकिञ्जलब्रह्मिते
कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिरे
भूमिचिन्तामणिः तत्र कर्णिकारे भूमिचिन्तामणिः
भूमिचिन्तु
तत्र
भूमिश्चिन्तामणिस्तत्र
कर्णिकारे महासने
कर्णिकारे महासने
समासीनं चिदानन्दं
समासीनचिदानन्दम्
ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं
ज्योतिरूपं सनातनम्
शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं
शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं
वादयन्तं मुकाम्भुजे
वादयन्तं मुखाम्बुजे
विलासिनी गणवृतं स्वैः
विलासिनी गणवृतं स्वैः
Where is coming to the next line? स्वैः स्वैहिरं स्वैः स्वैरंशैः अभिष्टुतं
स्वैः स्वैरंशैरभिष्टुतम्
अभिषितम्
the last line स्वै 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 स्वैरं सैरभिष्टुतं स्वै स्वैरंशैरभिष्टुतं
स्वैरंशैरभिष्टुतम्
स्वै स्वैरंशैरभिष्टुतं
स्वैरंशैरभिष्टुतम्.
So, Prabhu, last two lines, how can we do Vilasini Ganavitam? And then
विलासिनी गणवृतं स्वैः स्वैरं शैरभिष्टुतं. So just last word.
Vilasini Ganavritam
गणवृतं स्वैः स्वैरंशैरभिष्टुतम्.
Amser Abhishtutam.
This word, if it has been here in this one, Vilasni Ganurtum Swaihi Swairam Sairubishtutam Swairabishtutam. Likewise, it would have come nicely. But anyway, very beautiful. Once again, we shall start. Atatepe Sasuchiram
Atatepe
सुचिरम्
सुचिरं
Preenan Govindamavyayam
प्रीणन् गोविन्दम् अव्ययम्
गोविन्दम् अव्ययम्
Svetadvipapatim Krishnam
श्वेतदीपपतिं कृष्णम्
पतिं कृष्णं
Golokastam Paratparam
गोलोकस्थं
गोलोकस्थं
परात् परम्
परात् परम्
प्रकृत्या गुणरूपिण्या
प्रकृत्या गुणरूपिण्या
रूपिण्या पर्युपासितम्
रूपिण्या पर्युपासितम्
सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने
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 कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते
कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते
भूमिचिन्तामणिः तत्र
भूमिश्चिन्तामणि तत्र
कर्णिकारे महासने
कर्णिकारे महासने
समासीनं चिदानन्दम्
समासीनं चिदानन्दम्
ज्योतिरूपं सनातनम्
ज्योतिरूपं सनातनम्
शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं
शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं
वादयन्तं मुकाम्भुजे
वादयन्तं मुखाम्बुजे
विलासिनी गणवृतं
विलासिनी गणवृतं
स्वैः स्वैः अंशैरभिष्टुतम्
स्वैः स्वैरंशैरभिष्टुतम्.
Once again. अथ तेऽपि सचिरम्
अथ
अथ
ते
दीपे स
सुचिरम्
सुचिरम्
प्रीणन् गोविन्दमव्ययम्
प्रीणन् गोविन्दम्
गोविन्दम्
अव्ययम्
अव्ययम्
श्वेतद्वीपपतिं कृष्णम्
श्वेतदीपपतिं
श्वेतदीपपतिं
कृष्णम्
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 गोलोकस्तं परात्परम्
गोलोकैस्तं
गोलोकस्थं
परात्परम्
परात्परम्
प्रकृत्या गुणरूपिण्या
प्रकृत्या
प्रकृत्या
गुणरूपिण्या
गुणरूपिण्या
रूपिण्या पर्युपासितम्
रूपिण्या
रूपिण्या
पर्युपासितम्
पर्युपासितम्
सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने
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 कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते
कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते
कोटिकिञ्चल्कब्रह्मिः
भूमिचिन्तामणिः तत्र
भूमिश्चिन्तामणिः
भूमिश्चिन्तामणिः
तत्र
भूमिश्चिन्तामणिस्तत्र
तत्र
कर्णिकारे महासने
कर्णिकारे
कर्णिकारे
महासने
महांसने
समासीनं चिदानन्दम्
समासीनं
समासीनं
चिदानन्दम्
चिदानन्दम्
समासीनञ्चिदानन्दम्
ज्योतिरूपं सनातनम्
ज्योतिरूपं
ज्योतिरूपं
सनातनम्
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 शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुम्
शब्दब्रह्ममयं
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 वेणुं
वेणुम्
वादयन्तं मुकाम्भुजे
वादयन्तं
वादयन्तं
मुखाम्बुजे
मुखाम्बुजे
विलासिनी गणवृतम्
विलासिनी
विलासिनी
गणावृतम्
जनवृतम्
स्वैः स्वैः अंशैरभिष्टुतम्
स्वैः
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 स्वैर्
स्वैः
अंशैरंस्तुतम्
अंशैरवस्तुतम्
Very nice. Thank you so much. Can I request the devotees kindly take turns to recite? Okay. Jai Mataji, would you like to go first, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, yes, thank you. अथ तेऽपि स शुचिरं प्रीणन् गोविन्दम् अव्ययम् श्वेतद्वीपपतिं कृष्णं गोलोकस्थं परात् परं प्रकृत्या गुणरूपिण्या रूपिण्या पर्युपासितं सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते भूमिश्चिन्तामणिस्तत्र कर्णिकारे महासने समासीनं चिदानन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं वादयन्तं मुखाम्बुजे विलासिनी गणवृतं स्वैः स्वैरंशैरभिस्तुतम्. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Samhita Mataji, would you like to go, please?
हरे कृष्ण अथ तेऽपि स सुचिरं प्राणिन् गोविन्दम् अव्ययं श्वेतदीपपतिं कृष्णं गोलोकस्थं परात्परं प्रकृत्य गुणरूपिण्या पर्युपासितं सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते भूमिचिन्तामणि तत्र कर्णिकारे महासने समासीनं चिदानन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं वादयन्तं मुखाम्बुजे विलासिनी गणवृतं स्वैः अंशैरभीष्टुतम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Okay. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji, would you like to go?
Sorry, Prabhu. अथ चेते अथ तेऽपि स शुचिरम् प्रीणं गोविन्दमव्ययम् श्वेतदीपपतिं कृष्णं गोलोकस्थं परं प्रकृत्या रूपिण्या पर्युपासितं सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने कोटिकिञ्जल्कबृंहिते भूमिश्चिन्तामणिस्तत्र कर्णिकारे महासने समासीनं चिदानन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं वद्यान्तं मुखाम्बुजे विलासिनी गणव्रतं स्वैर् अंशैर् अभिष्टुतं. Sorry, Prabhu.
Very nice. Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, sorry to interrupt. That last line, is it possible just to move slightly up, please? Because I can't see any dots, anything, not on my screen. Just want to see if there's anything underneath any of the letters. I can't see. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Very good, huh? Okay, thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, please.
I can try, Prabhu.
Mataji.
Adatepe susiram prinam govindam avyayam swada padim krishnam golokasthidam paratparam prakritya rubina parushpastidam sakastadala sambanne gori kinjalha brahmide bhumischinda
Bhumi tatra. Asha Mataji.
yandam mugambuje vilashini ganabradam swahis
Hare Krishna, Mataji. We can't hear. Devotees also feel the same thing. His voice is breaking.
Yes, can't hear.
Asha Mataji, would you like to recite again, Mataji? We can't hear you. We don't see Mataji sound. Okay, okay. We shall move on. Usha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. अथ ते प्रेषासुचिरां प्रियान् गोविन्दम् अव्ययम् श्वेतद्वीपाप्रतिं कृष्णं गोलोकास्थं परात्परम् प्रकट्य रूपिण्या परिपासितं सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने कोटिकिञ्जलकब्रह्मिते भूमिश्चिन्तामणिस्तत्र कर्णिकारे महासने सम्मासिनं चिदानन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं वदयन्तं मुखं भुजे विलासिनी गुणव्रतं स्वेर अंशेर अभिष्टितम्.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So beautiful. Gauringi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Atahati pisa suchiram prenam govindam abhyayam sweta vipa patim krishnam golokas sotam paratparam prakritya guna rupinya paru पर्यवसितं सहस्रदलसम्पन्ने कोटिकिञ्जल्का ब्रह्मिते भूमिश्चिन्तामणिस्तत्र करणिकारे महासने संसायिनं चिदानन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं शब्दा ब्रह्ममयं वेणुं Badyantam mukham bhuji vilasini gana vratam sweh samashir abhis tutam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, sorry, cannot recite properly.
Very nice, Mataji. So nicely recited. Asha Mataji, would you like to go again, Mataji?
Yes, apologize. My Wi-Fi has stopped.
That's right, Mataji. That's all right.
Adate pesa susiram prinam govindam avyayam sweda vipa padim krishnam golohastidam paratparam prakritya rubinya पर्युष्पस्तिदं सकस्तदलसम्बन्ने गौरीगिञ्चल्ह ब्रह्मिदे भूमिश्चिन्तामणिस्तत्र कर्णिकारमगासेने समासिनं चित् आनन्दं ज्योतिरूपं सनातनं शब्दब्रह्ममयं वेणुं वदयन्तं मुग्यं भुजे विलासिनी गणवृदं स्वैर्अंशैरभिस्तुतम्. Sorry, Prabhu, I try my best.
Thank you, Mataji. You did very beautifully. Okay, so that is the shloka recitation. So, Atatepe Sachiram Prinan Govindam Avyayam. Okay, so here, that one. Aditepe Sochiram Prinan Govindam Avyayam. So, just going to the synonyms, they are coming to the next page. Ata then Tepe practiced Saha, that Brahma, Suchiram for a long time. Prinan satisfying, Govindam Avyayam, Govinda Avyayam, imperishable. He has practiced Adatepe Sasuchiram Prinan Govindam Avyayam. That mantra, Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijan Vallabhaya Swaha. Taking that one, that mantra, and then fulfilling he is performing cultural activities. And then further, Shweta Deepa Patim Krishnam Golokastam Paratparam. And the Lord Supreme Lord Krishna here specifically mentioned Krishna. Shweta Deepa Patim Krishnam Golokastam Paratparam. And he is situated in the Goloka. Paratparam. Say just coming to so it is Shvetadvipam Patim, Lord of Shvetadvipa, Krishnam Krishna, Golokastam, situated in Goloka, Paratparam, the greatest of all. Prakritya Gunarupinya, Rupinya Paryupasitam. Prakritya Gunarupinya. This is Radharani. By the Prakritya is by external energy, Gunarupinya embodying all mundane qualities, Rupinya possessing form. And what is this one? Paryupasitam, worshipped from outside. What does that desire mentions here? There exists divine lotus of 1,000 petals, augmented by millions of filaments in the transcendent land of Goloka. On its pole, where exists a divine throne on which is seated Sri Krishna in the form of eternal effulgence, transcendental bliss, playing his divine flute. And here, and also by his external energy, who stays outside embodying all mundane qualities. This one, by his external energy, embodying all mundane qualities. He is worshipped by his amorous milkmaids with their respective subject portions and extensions, and also by external energy embodying all mundane qualities. That one, it is described Prakritya Prakritya Gunarupinya Paryupasitam. So one thing is what we can say, Gunarupinya. I think it would be a so here this translation is given by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami and Jiva Goswami. So Prakritya Rupinya Paryupasitam. Krishna is worshipped by Radharani and all the milkmaids. And Radharani is also embodiment of all transcendental qualities. And like we see in the previous shloka, Gunamayam, this is Yad Astoshihi Gunamayam, Nirgunam Manavarnayan. Gunamayam means describing all transcendental qualities of the Lord. Okay, that is Gunamayam. Here, Prakritya Gunarupinya. Rupinya, it comes to the transcendental qualities. Prakritya, and here it is described like a Mola Prakriti. Radharani is the Mola Prakriti. When she is in the Goloka Vrindavan, it is Mola Prakriti, the spiritual form of Radharani. But her expansions in the material world, she is a Durga. Okay, Prakritya Gunarupinya with all transcendental qualities. Rupinya Paryupasitam, in the form of Radha, she worships Krishna. Rupinya is like the form, possessing form, Paryupasitam, worshipped. So that is what we can straight away understand from the Sanskrit. Prakritya Rupinya Paryupasitam. And Sahasradala Sampanne, and that where they are situated in the Sahasradala Sampanne with the 1,000 petals. Sahasradala, 1,000 petals. Sampanne, that lotus flower with 1,000 petals. Sahasradala Sampanne, Koti Kinjalka Brumhite, Koti Kinjalka, by millions of filaments. Koti Kinjalka, millions of elements, Brumhite, augmented, that lotus flower. Okay, so there Krishna and Radharani is worshipping Krishna along with the milkmaids and the expansions of Radharani in that lotus petal. That lotus flower. That lotus flower contains thousands of petals and thousands of kinjalkas, the filaments. Koti kinjalka brumhite. And then, so until that point, everything is clear. And then further, Bhumish Chintamanihi Tatra. Bhumihi. What is it is described here? The land of Goloka Vrindavana. Bhumihi Chintamanihi, the magical touchstone. Tatra, there. All the Goloka Vrindavana is the Chintamani, magical touchstone. Bhumihi Chintamani Tatra. Karnikare Mahasane. And Karnikare on the wall, Mahasane, and a great throne. Karnikare Mahasane, they are situating on that throne. Okay, that one what we see. I think there is a very beautiful picture of it, Golokas, where Krishna is sitting on the. Let me just share that picture. So this is what Krishna is the Shweta Dvipapatim Krishna Golokastam Paratparam. This is Golok Vrindavana. Prakritya Gunarupinya. Radharani is the Mola Prakriti. Gunarupinya with all transcendental qualities. And Paryupastam, she is serving the Lord. Sahasradala Sampanni, Koti Kinjalka Brumhite. And that lotus flower is having millions of petals. Okay, so that is the beautiful picture. And coming back here, Bhumihi Chintamanihi Tatra, magical touchstone Tatra, Karnikal, the wall, Mahasane, sitting on a throne, Samasenam, and he is situated, Samasenam, Chidanandam, magic, Chidanandam is the, Okay, the form of transcendental bliss. Sat Chit Samasinam Chid Anandam. The form of transcendental bliss. Jyoti Rupam Sanatanam. Jyoti Rupam, the form of effulgence. Sanatanam, it is eternal. Shabda Brahma, the divine sound. Shabda Brahma Mayam Venum, and it is comprised of divine sound. Venum, the flute is there. Vadayantam, the Lord is playing that flute. Venum. Vadayantam Mukambuje, through his lotus mouth. And Vilasini Gana by the gopis. Vilasini Gana Vritam, surrounded by the gopis. Okay, all those things. Krishna is playing the flute. Everyone are watching, and they're all also playing, supporting Krishna's music. And then Vilasini Ganuratam Swaihi own respective Amshaihi by subjective portions Abhishtitam and worshipped. Okay, they're all worshipping Krishna and Radharani. Okay, that one coming back. Okay, that is the shloka. Coming back to the Brahma Samhita. Swaihi Amshaihi Abhishtutam. So likewise, again we go to the translation. Can I request other devotee to read the translation, please?
Brahma, being desirous of satisfying Govinda, practiced the cultural act of Krishna in Goloka, Lord of Shvetadvipa, for a long time. His meditation ran thus. There exists a divine lotus of 1,000 petals, augmented by millions of filaments in the transcendental land of Goloka. On its bowl, there exists a great divine throne on which is seated Sri Krishna, the form of eternal effulgence of transcendental bliss, playing on his divine flute, resonant with the divine sound with his lotus mouth. He is worshipped by his amorous milkmaids with their respective subjective portions and extensions, and also by his external energy, who stays outside, embodying all mundane qualities. Krishna Prabhuji.
And the purport as well. Can I request other devotee to read the purport, please? Samhita Mataji, would you like to read the purport?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Although the objects of meditation is fully transcendental, yet owing to her nature, which is permeated with the quality of active mundane hankering, Maya, the non-spiritual potency of Krishna, embodying the principles of mixed sattva, rajas and tamas in the forms of Durga and other non-spiritual powers, meditated on the Supreme Lord as the object of their worship. So long as there is any trace of mundane desire in one's heart, it is the object of worship of Maya Devi, Durga, who has to be worshipped by such a person. Nevertheless, the fulfillment of one's heart's desire from the worship of the object of worship of Maya Devi, and not from the worship of Maya Devi herself. This is in accordance with the shloka Akamaha sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, 10. The meaning of the shloka of the Bhagavatam is that though other gods, as distinct manifestations of the Supreme Lord, are bestowers of sundry specific boons, yet a sensible person should worship all worship the all-powerful Supreme Lord, giver of all good, with unalloyed devotion, without worshipping those mundane gift-giving deities. Accordingly, Brahma meditated upon Krishna in Goloka, the object of the worship, from a distance of Maya Devi. True devotion is unalloyed devotional activity, free from all mundane desires. The devotion of Brahma, etc., is not unmixed devotion, but there is a stage of unmixed predilection, but there is a stage of unmixed predilection even in devotion for the attainment of one's selfish desire. This has been fully described in the concluding 5 shlokas of this work. This is the easiest method of divine service prior to attainment of self-realization by fallen souls. Shri Jiva Goswami ki jai, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Would you like to explain, Mataji, from this one?
I can try, Prabhu. The last few lines are not very clear to me. Maybe I'll try explaining the beginning part. So here it's mentioned that those, although the object of meditation is fully transcended. So yeah, I mean, Shri Jiva Goswami is saying that in this. Well, those who have this Maya hankering, for mundane hankering, the Maya, which is the non-spiritual energy of the Lord. So if we have those gunas of Rajas, Tamas, and in those qualities in the form of Durga and other non-spiritual powers. Here it's it's later mentioned that gift-giving deities. So those who still have those material hankering, the heart's desire, then it's okay to worship these different forms of Maya Devi. But there's a line, and in this nevertheless the fulfillment of one's heart desire result from the worship of the object of worship of Mayadevi and not from the worship of Mayadevi herself. This was not clear to me, Prabhu. Maybe you can explain that, this line. Yeah, so it says it is the object of worship of Maya Devi, Durga, who has to be worshipped by such a person. Yeah, we understand that. Yeah, those who have Maya wants Maya. Yeah, nevertheless the fulfillment of one's heart's desire results from the worship of the object of worship of Maya Devi and not from the worship of Maya Devi herself. So is it something like the prototype you mentioned, like in the spiritual planet, Durga Devi, she is spiritual, or Lord Ganesha and the other Indra, I mean, they are spiritual, but here in this world they are like, they're doing the purpose of serving the material world. So is it the object of worship of Maya? Is it same, Prabhu, my understanding?
It is an indirect word, Mataji. It is actually Krishna here. This word means Krishna.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Maya Devi worships Krishna. Object of Maya Devi of worship is Krishna, isn't it?
So let me read it again and understand. Nevertheless, so it is the object of worship of Maya Devi, that is Durga, yeah, who has to be worshipped by such a person. Yes. Nevertheless, the fulfillment of one's heart's desire. Okay, yeah. So if the Maya is fulfilled, that, oh yeah, now it makes sense, Prabhu. Thank you. So the fulfillment of one's heart desire results in the worship of the object of worship of Maya Devi. So Maya Devi worships herself. She is a devotee of Krishna. So when one's heart's desire is fulfilled, like with Maya and the material desires, then it would result in elevating like to Krishna. So then twisting words, but it says then you can transcend to worshipping Krishna or meditating on Krishna, and not from the worship of Maya Devi. So yeah, so then you do not need to, then you don't get entangled with Maya Devi herself. Yeah, this in according to shloka of the, so this means that the meaning of the shloka is in the Bhagavatam is that though other gods as distinct manifestation of Supreme Lord, they provide us these boons like whatever we want, a house, we want children's success and all that, sundry boons that the other bestowers of other deities they do. Yet a sensible person would worship the Supreme Lord, who is the giver of all good. So, whatever desires we have, like if we are able to surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna, then he then looks after the demands of the wishes, not the desires of the, not demands, the desires of the devotees. So in that way, so Supreme Lord is the giver of all good. So, but for that, what we need is unalloyed devotion and without worshipping, without going to the demigods. So it clearly says that if you just surrender to the Supreme, that is should be the purpose of life, because life is short and half of the time if you just spend asking for sundry requirements, and then later in life at the age of 65, 70 after retirement, if you think now is the time we Krishna, then that doesn't serve the purpose. So that's the main thing he's mentioned here. Accordingly Brahma, so Brahma, he was meditating on, like when Krishna said, Vishnu said tapa, so then he kept on meditating for so many years upon Krishna in Goloka. So who should be the object of worship, and he kept himself. So when he is in Goloka is a place which is distant from Maya itself. So Maya Devi does her work outside Goloka Vrindavan. So our aim should be like when Prabhupada says go back home, back to Godhead. So that is Golok Vrindavan, which is devoid of Maya Devi's jurisdiction. True devotion is unalloyed devotional activity free of mundane desires. So that should be the aim of life, like to have true devotion which is unalloyed and free from the mundane desires. Devotion of Brahma, etc., is not unmixed devotion. What's this devotion?
It's
Unmixed devotion means what?
pure,
Pure unmixed. Okay.
pure
Yeah,
devotion.
pure devotion. Yeah. Okay. But there is a stage of, this is the place I didn't get. But there is a stage of unmixed dilection even in devotion for the attainments of one's selfish desire. So is it like through satisfying our selfish desire we get to the pure devotion? Is it that, or a stage of pure devotion, or something else, Prabhu? I'm not sure.
So here, devotion of Brahma is not unmixed. Unmixed means pure. Mixed is not pure. Unmixed is pure. It is not pure. I think every word is indirectly it is mentioned here. But stage of unmixed is the once he gradually, at the moment, Slim Krishna, Govinda, Gopijan Vallabhaya Swaha, which will fulfill all the desires to one's heart content. That divine service says to Brahma. Now, here Brahma is mentioned not unmixed devotion at the moment because he wanted to create the universe also.
So he had desires to create the universe. Okay, so it was, though he meditated on the Lord, but then he had it was not pure, that surrendering unto the Lord of directly. Okay, so but there is a stage of unmixed predilection, even in devotion for the attainment of one's selfish desire. And thank you, Prabhu. And this has been fully described in the 5 shlokas, concluding 5 shlokas, so which means like the 62, the previous 57 onwards, maybe what is described in this work. So that says that the easiest method to attain divine service is this is the easiest method of divine service prior to attainment of self-realization by fallen souls. So we accept that the shlokas which are given in the later part of this book, the chapter, which are the easiest method which for the fallen souls, that is the easiest method given prior to attaining self-realization. Self-realization means like when we understand the concept of the soul, who we are, not the material body, the mind and our desires. So that's self-realization. So until then, steps are mentioned for fallen souls. So yeah, Prabhu, I tried to explain, but you can do it better. Thank you for giving the opportunity.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Very nice
Hare
explained.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, very beautiful. Okay, Jai Mataji, would you like to take and then add your reflections, Mataji?
Oh, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't know anything. Oh, Prabhuji. So, my only thought here was that, from what I understood, was that we should bypass the demigods. We should not be asking for material boons, and we should be going straight to the Supreme Lord with our unalloyed devotion. But I didn't understand too much at the bottom again. And I did, one thing I did get confused was because you mentioned Radharani, but then the external energy is not Radharani, is it? So where, I didn't get that. But no, Prabhuji, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh dear.
Okay, no worries, Mataji. So here, I'm going to worship whom? Jai Mataji, Sanchita Mataji, Asha Mataji, Prabhavati Mataji, Gauringi Mataji, and Usha Mataji. They are making their object of their life and soul and worshipping them. I worship that object of their worship. Who is that one? It is Radha Gokulananda. Instead of saying Radha Gokulananda, so just explaining in terms of Brahma, Maya Devi, keeping Maya Devi, object worship of the object of worship of Maya Devi. It is very going. Uh, it is very nice way of explaining as well. Okay, that is here come one point. Durga Devi. She is the again in the same personality in the spiritual world. It is Radha Rani. Her expansion in the material world. It is Durga. That one again comes from the Narada Pancharatra, where Srila Prabhupada describes, I think, Srimad Bhagavatam 10:21. No, 10:21, I think 22. There, so he describes during the Katyayana. So he mentions, I think we have seen this one. Ekeyam prema sarvasva subhava gokuleshwari anaya sulabhayadnyeyo atviyo akileshwaraha. Asya avrika siktihi mahamaya akileshwari yaya mugdham jagad sarvam sarve dehabhimaninaha. So this describes about the Katyayana during the Katyayana Vrata. So there it is describing here. Would you like to read this, Mataji? Jai Mataji.
Yes, okay, Hare Krishna. The Lord's inferior potency, known as Durga, is dedicated to his loving service. Being the Lord's potency, this inferior energy is non-different from him. There is another superior potency whose form is on the same spiritual level as that of God himself. Simply by scientifically understanding this supreme potency, one can immediately achieve the supreme soul of all souls, who is the Lord of all souls, or who is the Lord of all lords. Where am I reading till, Prabhuji?
That's correct, Mataji.
Although there is no other process to achieve him. That supreme potency of the Lord is known as Gokuleshwari, the goddess of Gokula. Her nature is to be completely absorbed in love of God, and through her one can easily obtain the primeval God, the Lord of all that be. This internal potency of the Lord has a covering potency known as Mahamaya, who rules the material world. In fact, she bewilders the entire universe, and thus everyone within the universe falsely identifies himself with the material body. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. So this is Radharani, describing about Radharani in the spiritual world and in the material world. She is a Durga. So now we see the two personalities. The Sri Brahma Samhita. So Lord is served by Radharani and her expansions, gopis, and also material energy. That is Durga Devi also is there. So how do we understand? And then that is if we go into here, again going to the Brahma Mahapurana there, when the Lord is situated in the Sri Krishna Janmakanda, so emergence of Krishna here, when Radharani is palace, it is so opulent where Krishna is residing. And when Brahma along with Vishnu and Shiva, Dharma and demigods, they all went to Goloka Vrindavana to see. At that time, Durga Devi also come in her chariot. She also glorifies Krishna. So the glorifications of Krishna by all the demigods, it is so wonderful that it comes from Brahma Purana. So there, her prayer is that what is that prayer? Lord Varam Narayana, he glorifies Krishna in such a way that Varam Varenyam Varam, what is that one? It is I could not couldn't get that one. Varam Varenyam Varam Vararham Varakaranam Karanam Karanam Cha Karma Yat Karma Karanam Tapas Tatpaladam Shashvas Tapasvi Tapasam Vande Navaganasyamam Swatma Rama Manoharam Nishkamam Kamarupam Cha Kamagnam Kama Karanam Sarvam Sarveshwaram Sarvarupa. So likewise, he glorifies Krishna Narayana. And then Prakriti also, she glorifies Krishna. Prakriti. So that Prakriti, she glorifies. What is that? It is a very long shloka comes from the Bhagavatam Mahapurana itself. Let me just to bring that one. Aham Prakriti सर्वेशा सर्वरूपिणी सर्वशक्ति स्वरूपा च मय शक्ति मध्यगत त्वया सृष्टा न स्वतंत्रा त्वमेव जगतां पतिः गतिश्चापाता सृष्टा च संहर्ता च पुनर्विधिः सृष्टुं सृष्टा च संहर्तुं संहर्ता वेदसां विधिः परमानन्दं त्वां वन्दे चानन्दपूर्वकं चक्षुर्निमेषकाले च ब्रह्मणः पतनं भवेत् तस्य प्रभावमतुलं वर्णितुं कक्षमो विभोः भ्रूभङ्गलीलामात्रेण विष्णुकोटिं सृजतु यः भ्रूभङ्गलीलामात्रेण विष्णुकोटिं सृजतु यः चराचरांशु विश्वेषु देवान् ब्रह्मपुरोगमान् मद्विदाः कतिवा देवीः स्रष्टुं लीलया परिपूर्णतमं स्वीढ्यं वन्दे चानन्दपूर्वकं महान् विराट् यत्कलांशो विश्वसङ्ख्याश्रय विभो वन्दे चानन्दपूर्वं तं परमात्मानमीश्वरं यं च स्तोतुम् अशक्ताश ब्रह्म विष्णु शिवादयः वेदाहं च वाणी च वन्दे तं प्रकृतेः परं वेदाशु विदुषं श्रेष्ठाः स्तोतुं शक्ताश न क्षमाः निर्लक्ष्यं कक्षमं स्तोतुं तं निरीहं नमाम्यहम्. Likewise, Durga Devi prays to Krishna in the Goloka Vrindavan. She prays in the Goloka. This one, it comes so here, Brahma Mahapurana, whatever you see on the screen, it is very tiny. We need to go into that deep. It is very tricky to go at this moment and to search those texts. I request the devotees when you get a chance, kindly go, and there are all the demigods. Narayana glorifies Krishna, and later on, Mahadeva, he glorifies Krishna. And Lord Brahma glorifies Krishna, Dharma glorifies Krishna, Saraswati Devi glorifies, and then Mahalakshmi glorifies, Prakriti glorifies. The Prakriti is Durga Devi. All glorify Krishna in the Vrindavan. So now, as part of this one, you could see here in this one, all those texts are here, all the Sanskrit shlokas. But Brahmaveta Mahapurana, it is Purana in the mode of passion. For the people in the mode of passion. Okay. But it is transcendental. But we can easily understand in a little clear way. Who wanted to just patch the things and he doesn't understand in the high literatures. So that one we can just bring that descriptions to here. So all the forms of the here it is described here. Although the object of meditation is fully transcendental, yet owing to her nature, which is permeated with the quality of active mundane hankering, Maya, the non-spiritual potency of Krishna, embodying the principles of mixed sattva, raja, tamaha in the form of Durga and other non-spiritual powers meditated on the Supreme Lord Krishna as the object of their worship. Okay, they're all worshipping Krishna here. So here, Durga Devi is the non-spiritual potency or external energy of the Lord. She is also present in the Goloka Vrindavan. That's what it is like. So Durga Devi worshipping Krishna and other non-spiritual powers. And the Lord is also situated, surrounded by Vrutam Chatushodasa Panchakti Dadasa Tatra Kila Satvatah Patim Vrutam Chatushodasa Panchakti Vrutam Bhagaihi Swaitatra Chadravaihi. That Brahma also sees one of the energies. Let me bring that one as well. How Brahma is saying he is surrounded by different energies in the. But this is about the Golokurunda. This one comes Chetuhu. It comes around 13, something like that. So this one, Adjarhaniyasanam Asitam Param Rutam Chetuhu Sodashaha Panchasektibihi Yuktam Bagaihi Svaihi Itaratra Cha Adruvaihi Sa Eva Dhaman Ramamanamishwaram. The Lord was seated on his throne and was surrounded by different energies like the 4, 16, and 5 and 6 natural opulences, along with other insignificant energies of the temporary character. But he was factual Supreme Lord, enjoying his own abode. So this is one of the description. Again, there are a few other descriptions by Sukadeva Goswami also. It comes in the fourth chapter here. In the fourth sloka of his praise, I think the 16th, he says that Namo namaste sturu shubhaya satvikam vidhuraka sai muhuhu yoginam nirasta samyati sena radasa sudhamni brahmini ramste namaha. Sudhamana brahmini ramste namaha. There is again one more shloka that comes from. There is one before that one. Just okay, so this is the only one I think. So let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him who is associate of the members of Yadu dynasty and who is always problem for the non-devotee. He is supreme enjoyer of both material and spiritual world, and he enjoys his own abode in the spiritual sky. There is no one equal to him because his transcendental opulence is immeasurable. Okay, just a few reflections there, and then coming back to here, this is what it is addressing to the Durga Devi in the forms of Durga. So, embodying principles of mixed sattva, rajaha, tamaha in the form of Durga and other non-spiritual powers meditated on the Supreme Lord Krishna as the object of their worship. So, all different powers, as we have gone through those descriptions. And then, as long as there is any trance of mundane desire in one's heart, it is the object of worship of Maya Devi, who has to be worshipped by such a person. Nevertheless, the fulfillment of one's heart's desire, it is, if we go to the Lord for any desire, then all of Krishna's energies will fulfill. And because Lord does not do such kind of things. So, natasya karyam karanam chividyate, natat samasya abhijikasya drisite, पराशक्तिर्विविधैव श्रूयते swabhaviki jnana bala kriyacha. All his energies. Whenever any person goes to fulfill, oh my dear Lord, I wanted this particular thing, then Krishna's energies, they will fulfill the desire of that person, whoever is going. So, but in all times and circumstances. So, here this particular reference, akama sarvakamo va mokshakama udharadihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. So one has to worship only the Purusha, the Krishna, the Supreme Personality. If one has got akamaha, sarvakamova, he does not have any desires, or he has got full desires. Mokshakama, wanted liberation, udharadehi, and he must be udhara. It should be broader minded, intelligence. Tivrena bhakti yogena, by performing the devotional service, rigorous devotional service. Yajeta Purusham Param. Then whatever all of his desires will be fulfilled at the same time, he will also become a devotee of the Lord later on. Because he is directly in coming to contact with the Supreme Lord. So this is the meaning of this sloka of Bhagavatam, is that though their gods, as distinct manifestations of the Supreme Lord, or bestowers of the specific boons, yet sensible person should worship all powerful Supreme Lord, giver of all good, with unalloyed devotion, without worshipping those mundane gifting deities separately. Otherwise, kamaistaitir pradijnanaha prapadyantya devataha tam nimamastaya purkultya neta swaya. If you have got nice fruit tree, mango tree, if we water the tree, then automatically tree will give all the fruits and flowers. And if one of the branches is having the fruits, this branch is giving nice fruits, another branch does not have any fruits. So let me take only shelter of this branch and I will nourish this branch very nicely. What happens? You may take the fruits temporarily, but you are ignoring the root of a tree. What happens? And after a few years, because you are not watering the root of a tree, it will dry up. So you are taking the fruits temporarily for time being. It will not yield the fruits year after year. But if you water the tree, water the tree at the root, then it will give fruits. In this branch, other branches, entire tree will be nourished. It will also give the shadow, so much of firewood, everything it will give, fulfill all the desires. Okay, that is worshipping of Krishna. Krishna says that pradajnanaha prapadyantanya devataha tam nimamastaya prakrutya neta swaya. Otherwise, they will be conditioned. You may eat fruit only once, but after that, you have to starve. So here, accordingly, Brahma meditate upon Krishna in Goloka, the object of the worship from a distance of Maya Devi. Maya Devi carries out instructions of Krishna. Ichchanurupam apiyasya cha chestate sa. Ichchanurupam. That is Srishti Siti Pralaya Sadhana Siddhareka. Chaya vyasya bhunani bhivatya durga. Ichchanurupam apiyasya cha chestate sa. Govindam adi purusham tamham bhajami. So that is Brahma's, after this his meditation, he understands that Maya Devi is going to carry out all these activities according to the will of Krishna. Okay, so this devotion is unalloyed devotional activity free from all mundane desires. That is true devotion. But in the devotion of Brahma, initially, but he wanted to create, it's not unmixed devotion, but there is a stage of unmixed predilection, even in devotion for attainments of one's selfish desire. Gradually, it will be elevated. There is no fall down in Krishna's devotional service. Okay, so likewise, thank you so much, Sanchita Mataji, very nicely explained in this one. Yes, but devotional service to Krishna, it is very easy. Mad darshana, sparsha, puja, suti, abhivandanaihi, bhuteshu mad bhavanaya, satvena, asangamena cha. Going into the temple, touch the deities like we see in the Pandharpur, all the devotees there, putting their head onto the lotus feet of the Lord, touching the deities. That is mad darshana, sparsha, touching the feet of the Lord. It is not possible in all places to touch the Lord. So, but yeah, one has to touch as well, as Lord suggests. Mad darshana, Madishnya darshana sparsha puja suti abhivandanaihi bhuteshu mad bhavanaya satven asangamen cha. Likewise, that part is the adhyatmik anushravanat nama sankirtanat chame ajavena arya sanghena nirahankriya tadha. In the devotees association, these are devotees are called Arya Sangha, Aryas. They are well educated. Arjavena, with a simple minded, not complicating their life with so many of comforts. Arjavena, Arisangena, Niraham Kriya Tadha, no more material entanglement. Gramya Dharma Nivrittisha Moksha Dharma Ratihi Tada. Likewise, Kapil Bhagavan describes the pure devotion service, how one has to execute. Again, different modes of devotional service. Devotional service in mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Ignorance also, there is another one. Yeah, that is according to the nature. Swabhav guna margena, pumsam bhavo vibhidyate. Swabhava, by the nature of a person. How that devotional service would be. That is categorized either goodness or passion or ignorance. Okay, but there is a transcendental position. Okay, I also stop there. Okay, request the devotees if you have got any questions or you wanted to add anything, kindly ask or kindly share.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm so sorry, but it's towards the end of the paragraph. The devotion of Brahma is not unmixed devotion. So we are seeing two, not and un. So does it mean that it is mixed devotion?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
He wanted to create at the moment, he is the only one. In the previous सकर्म बीजं रजोपरक्तः प्रजाः शुश्रूषणेरेव दृष्ट्वा अस्तद्विसर्गाविमुखस्तमीध्यम् अव्यक्तवात्मनि अविवेशितात्मा सकर्म बीजं रजसा उपरक्तः in the mode of passion to create this world. That is the only thing, uparaktah. And then he started glorifying the Lord in the desire that he wanted to create. So that is mixed one initially. But that is not eternally, all the time it is mixed. But because once it is started, that is, activities are going on later on, when he get a time, then he will elevate himself in a pure devotion. Not everyone become transcendental in the beginning itself. There is a stages. There is a stage of unmixed predilection even in the devotion for the attainment of one's selfish desire. There will be different stages.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions? Okay, if there are no questions, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Thank you, Prabhu. And let's all say 3 loud Hari Bols to Prabhu for the lovely session. Hari Bol.
Bol,
Hari
Haribol,
Bol.
Bol,
Hari
Haribol,
Bol.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Prabhu.
Hari Bol to all dear devotees, Hari Bol, and also glory to the Sripad and Guru, Nada, Bharati, everyone. It is all glories to all of them. So we are here to just to simply hear and discuss about Krishna's topics. Machitta Madguna Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayanta Shamam Nityam. We will complete this last 2 words.
Ramayanti cha. Something.
Yes, one more word.
It's coming in. I know it's not coming, Prabhu. Raman.
Yes,
Tashyanti cha Ramayanti cha. Is it?
very beautiful. Yes.
Finally. Oh, Krishna.
Would you like to recite the sloka, Mataji?
Prabhu, no, I can't remember, Prabhu.
Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayanta Shamam Nityam
Yeah.
Tushyanti
Kathayantascha mam nityam pushyanti cha ramanti cha. Yeah.
Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. So much of happiness. Ramanti cha. Keeping themselves in the transcendental pleasure. Ramanti cha. Ramanti yogino anante satyanandi chidatmani. Iti Ramapadena so parabrahma iti abhidhiyate. That is Rama. Ramante. Ramante. So many beautiful things. Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yes, so definitely so true, Prabhu. Like when we learn together in the association of devotees, it's so much of pleasure and which is so greater than the mundane desires and pleasure we face. So discussing with one another. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, so now is it just another question? I mean, is the education it's opening on the laptop now? I saw
Uh,
earlier it was mobile friendly only, so now it's good to see it's you could open on the laptop.
so we can see this one, but my laptop is 11 years old. But when I just say enlarge, it will go something
So
while.
this portion, the left side in some other softwares, the left, the content size, is there not anything to make it smaller? Like, yeah, in that place, yeah. Can you not like make it in the left? No.
No, Mataji.
Oh, okay. So they haven't updated also in that one. So.
But it is better than before somehow. I think.
Yeah, it looks better. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
My son could recognize your voice and he's saying Jai Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pranshu. Hope you are doing good.
Yeah. Are you okay? Yes. If you nod your head, can Mataji say? No, she cannot. So you have to say some words. Say, yes,
So
Mataji, I'm
sweet.
also. He's nodding his head.
Oh, bless. Have a good day, okay?
Yeah. Oh, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. And Prabhu, one other thing I noticed, just curious with how you use AI also, maybe just, today when we were chanting, all the different temple darshans, they were coming one after another. So did you program it or, or because I didn't see you changing in between, like so it was coming.
I'm passing the screen, Mataji, and then just to get the
Oh,
name.
okay. Oh, that's clever. Okay, that's very nice.
Yeah, when I changed the video, that made advertisements coming, so
Oh, that's very clever. Oh,
you would not see that advertisement.
so Lord has given, like, intelligence, like Lord gives in when you completely surrender, Lord gives intelligence. So you're doing it such a nice way. It felt like, it's like some, I'm chanting and thinking, how is it like all of them without changing and without any time? How is it one after another? So
There's
Hari
a,
Bol. But it was very blissful to have divine darshans in the morning. Sometimes other days I'm not able to join early, but it was so nice to have Pandharpur. Pandharpur, it's in the temple. It's so devotees get so much blessing, because other temples they don't allow you to, you're mentioning about touching the lotus feet of the Lord. So other temples you have to worship from far. I mean, pay your obeisances from far, but it's only Pandharpur. Whatever you bring for the Lord, I saw devotees bringing flowers and putting directly onto the lotus feet of the Lord. So that is
yeah,
something so amazing. I mean, it felt get goosebumps to, like, to see such darshans, like they are getting that opportunity. So yeah, thank you for giving that opportunity for have divine darshans. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And Prabhuji, so it's Vithala, is it? And
Yeah,
then and Radharani next to him.
Rukmini Vittal. Na?
Oh, Rukmani. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Rukmini Vittal.
yeah. Rukmini.
Yeah, they are stone deities, so I think they do abhishek every single, unlike Jagannath or other temples. That's why they it's more convenient for them. So in the Mangal Aarti, I've also seen like they do abhishek, and they would dress one while they're dressing Rukmani Devi. They would like they give darshan of Bitthal, and vice versa, and that way, so only that time you cannot see. Other than that, you just get direct darshan all throughout the day. So that's so nice. I mean, good, like stone deities, and they have kept it. They don't do so much, like like in Mayapur, the picture we are seeing, so intricate decorations. But there, they just simple sari and simple decoration they do. So it's easier to take off and do it every day. But in that way, the devotees, they're getting that thing of being just touching Lord's lotus feet. So I find that so blissful. Hare Krishna.
That's very beautiful, Mataji. Yes, touching is, yeah, Lord says, Madhyasna Darshana Sparsha. Sparsha is also needed to receive that bliss. And sometimes devotees, they go to the temples, as soon as wherever they see that deity is there, they would like to touch the deities and then, offer obeisances like that. And with their hands, they touch the deities and then put it on top of their head.
Yes, yeah, that has been the practice. Like that's how Archanam is like. No, we do that, but here we do not get that opportunity. In small temples, they allow to do, but yeah, Vithal's story is also very nice. Maybe some other day. Now you're running late with other things, but the appearance of how Lord Vittaladev appeared to satisfy Panduranga. I mean that's beautiful. Very very nice story. So maybe some other day we can cover.
Yes, Mataji. So, once I think Gayatri Mataji has taken us through the Pondaran, uh, Pundarika Dasa.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Once.
that's nice.
It's about the devotee, but we need to go through that one as well again.
Yeah, I mean, we can bind every now and there. We in the purports we see na, you cannot. Lord is saying nobody can understand me, but Lord is Bhakta Vatsala. Like only through devotion you can bind me. So just he said, I would. Look after my parents and then I will have your darshan. So Lord just like doing his hands, putting on the waist, he's waiting all night and then that's so amazing. I don't know what to say.
Yes, Mataji.
Anyway, so Prabhu will conclude now. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
The Lord is Bhakta Vatsala and the Lord is not whose Vatsala? Jai Mataji.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Prabhu.
did you say? Sorry.
Jai Mataji. So Lord is called Bhakta Vatsala, but not dash Vatsala. So there are few words used. He is not Jnani Vatsala or Yogi Vatsala. He is Bhakta Vatsala.
So he's more partial to his devotees rather than people who has got the knowledge or who are yogis, because with them they might not have the devotion, proper devotion like the pure devotees would have, something like that.
Yes, so just I'm asking, last night we were reading the Bhagavatam. There it is described Prabhupada. He is Bhakta Vatsala, not Jnani Vatsala or Yogi
Okay,
Vatsala.
excellent. Yeah.
So just because you were there, so I thought to hear those words from you, Mataji. Thank you.
Yes, but this Mataji is not very good, Prabhuji. Yeah, now that you said it, yes, it I remember now, yes.
Thank you, Sanchita Mataji. Very nicely. Bhakta Vatsala is always inclined to his devotees. Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, we shall conclude now.
Prabhu, sorry, Prabhu, quickly, just where was it mentioned? I missed that part. Prabhupada, where did it mention this Bhakta Vatsala and not Jnana Vakshala Yoga? You don't have to show it, just say Prabhu, it's like, yeah.
So here, this is described in the by third canto, chapter 24, Mataji. In this one, so Prabhupada is describing here about Jnana Vatsala or Bhakta Vatsala. These words are here mentioned here. Let me just. He is never described as Jnana Vatsala or Yogi Vatsala. He is always described as Bhakta Vatsala because he is inclined towards his devotees than toward his transcendentalists.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So this is chapter third canto, chapter 24, verse 29. Thank you, Mataji. We shall conclude now.
Rubyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita